Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of creating a 2D platform game in Unity. In this episode we are going to focus on jumping, including how to set up properly and make it feel good and responsive. And if you are learning Unity from scratch, don't forget to check out the first episode of this playlist to follow along properly. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you find this helpful. So let's do this. Okay, in the previous episode I told you about how to sync animation with your movement and how to move your character in a 2D platformer game with rigid body. And now I'm going to add some animations to my jump and also to my fall to make it better appearance. So I need sprites, as I told you in the other episodes, so you can go just there and you can just select these because I already have idle and run here, so I'm just going to drag them here. Okay, there we go. Now I need to add animations like I said before, so I'm going to select the jump and then I'm going to select all of them and here I'm going to drag it so it's jump. There we go. The other one is about the falling, so I'm going to use it to change it to the fall behavior. So let's select it again, and here, there we go. Now I need to go to the animator, and as you can see, we already have both of them, and now here we have idle and jump. Okay, now I have to set up movement with jump. Actually, I have to sync them. So first of all, for fall, I have to move it here because it should back to idle. And now for jump, you can have a transaction from idle to jump and run to jump. So I'm going to add this. Okay, now we have jump to fall and finally from fall to idle. But about parameters, I'm going to add, I can set the boolean, I can set the trigger. I'm going to use trigger for jump. There we go. And now I can set it here and also for here. And of course, I need to disable exit time to make it immediately access. There we go. Now about from jump to fall, I'm going to use boolean. That you can just set it here and the fall is true. And now here we can just say the fall isn't it? There we go. Okay, now everything is set. Now I'm going to apply it on my script to call it. Okay, now here I have my script here. It was about movement and jump, so I just want to clean it. So I'm going to create another function for movement. Now I can cut these to here and I can just call this one. Okay, now I just want to use this because it's a code that helped me to jump. There we go. And on this chain nothing happened except just cleaning code, and let's test it. Okay, now I'm going to call jump trigger here. Okay, as you can see, I set the trigger here for jump, and now I'm going to test it. There we go, but there's a problem. We have loop here, so I'm going to select the jump and the animation, and now I'm going to disable loop time, and same as for fall. Okay, good. Now I'm going to move to fall. Okay, for fall, I have to show you something. As you can see, I just logged the linear velocity in a graph. Okay, now as you can see, we have some numbers here. You can see we have -10 and 20 and other numbers, and this is showing that we are on jumping, so it's going to increase the number, and we are under 0, so we can see we have minus. So I'm going to use it to detect falling. There we go. Now we can see we have a velocity here and falling here. So there we go. We have jump and it's immediately going to the fall, and we have fall through. Okay, to make it better, I have to set a state for falling with jump. I need to listen to the jump, so I'm going to use a boolean. Okay, now I can say here for jumping, I have to just set and jump to true, and here I'm going to just set it here for on fall. There we go. Now another thing that you have to check is about is grounded or not. So if it was not grounded, it should make it true. So yeah, there we go. Now we have fall, and now I'm going to make it as a land when it touch the ground. And already we have the listener for ground. If it detects an object with tag ground, it will set the ground false and true. So here when I'm is grounded, I have to call the ground set. So I'm going to just make it as a false. There we go. Now we have another problem. As you can see, I just jumped but without falling because there is not much time, and it just landed on higher than 0 in the jump situation, and it was no chance for falling. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, we just fall, and now we have falling down. Yeah, and the problem is about the trigger. So I'm going to check the trigger, jump trigger here. As you can see, we have on jump and on this ground, and just call the jump trigger. And there is a problem that we have actually, so I'm going to fix this. And now I just can set the trigger with the boolean to make it short, because sometimes we just moving from jump to idle and there's no chance for falling. So let's just remove the trigger, and now I'm going to set it with bool, and let's just the same name for jump. Okay, now we have nothing to change. We have jump with true, and let's just add another transition from this one to here and call it the jump to false. Sometimes we just need to from jump to idle. Okay, now, so definitely we have to change this one too. And now we can just set it as a true. So we have to disable it when we are in falling. So I'm going to call it here and make it false if we need it. But definitely after setting the false as a true. So yeah. And now I can just call it from here too. So I'm going to call it false here too. Now we can test it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, now another thing about jump system that we are going to use is about falling normally. For example, now you can see I just walking without jumping, but there's no falling. And I'm going to use it, another transaction. Okay, let's make it beautiful. And now from run, I'm going to make a transaction to fall, and then I'm going to call the fall movement. And so I'm going to leave it as a true. And actually, I don't need any kind of exit time, so I can just leave it without this. And there we go. Now we are movement and then falling. Okay, now let's test it. Nice. Just saw a problem here, and it was about moving. So I'm going to check this line. Yeah, we have a problem on here. From jump to idle, I have to disable the exit time here too. I just forgot this. So there we go. Yeah, amazing. Now you can see we have fall from movement 2. Awesome. Okay, now one more thing remains, and it's about the initial of the game that we are going to follow it. And as you can see, we have to make a transaction from idle to fall. So I'm going to make it here. Disable this one and move it here. And now I'm going to use fall again to true. Awesome. And that's it for today. We have built a solid jump mechanic that you can reuse it in any 2D platform. In the next episode, we will continue expanding our player mechanic. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next episode.